There are three different ways to work with events. These are event handlers. An event handler is a way for you to recognize a change in the page that is a user-driven change. For example, a click of a button, a mouse over, a mouse in, a mouse out. There are several different events, but how to handle them, what to do in the case of an event. So the first way of using an event handler is right in line with your HTML. You can see that the event name here is onClick. So this is a reserved word. And then onClick, right, this is a button tag, you would call a function. So this is your function in your JavaScript that's going to execute some code based on a click of this button in particular. Another way is to create an event handler inside your JavaScript itself. So notice we're using document.getElementById, right? And so this is the ID we're using. On click, then again, you would have a function here that could call, that could execute some code. The third way is using what's called the add event listener method to register the fact that an event happened. And it works in a very similar way. So again, you're using document.getElementById. And now here is the method add event listener. The event that you're listening for is click, okay, in this particular example. And then this would be the function that you call in the event that this happened. So there are three different ways to do it. One example of this is a very simple way to handle a button click. I'll show you here. We did this in class as well. But first, write your function. So what do you want to have happen when the user clicks a button? So in this case, you have the keyword function. Here's my name, my function, followed by open close parentheses, and then open close curly braces. Okay, and so what's going to happen when the user presses this button is I'm going to go find this my H2 and I'm going to change its content to display you clicked me. So find my H2 first. So go up into your code and notice that it's not up here in the HTML. That's because I created it right here with my document.writeLine. So again, think of the order in which these things are going to happen. It's going to go in sequential order. All these elements are going to load. This is going to happen first in your JavaScript, changing the content of your H1. Then your document.writeLine is going to create this H2 with an ID myH2. Then you're changing the styling on the first heading, the H1. Then you encounter the function, but the function does not get executed yet. Here's where we call our function myFunction. So we have a button tag, and the text on the button says go. On click, that means when the user clicks the button, we're going to call myFunction. So down into your JavaScript here, this is the point at which the function would execute. And what we're doing here is changing the .inner HTML of myH2, right, that says where will this show up? You're changing it to you clicked me. So let's give that a try and take a look at how that would work. All right, so this is the H2 that gets created by the WriteLine. Where will this show up? Click on go and notice that the inner HTML, the content changed to you clicked me. So that's one way to work with an event handler.